Jill with Angel Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. It's a gloomy Saturday afternoon, but we're going to brighten it up right now and do some Saturday afternoon crafting. How about that? So we are going to take this little Dollar Tree bird. What are they just calling it? A ceramic bird. It was up on the front rounder in my Dollar Tree. We're going to take this little birdie, and although this is sweet and cute as it really is, it does not match my decor. So I want to make this look almost like a, I want to say, the only word I can think of is cement, but maybe it's more like a stone. I want it to look more like stone. So I'm going to take some gray paint. I'm going to use Elephant by Waverly, but you can use any gray paint that you want. And then I'm going to mix, my cheeks are going, then I'm going to mix some baking soda into my paint. And we are going to make him look like stone. And when we are all done, we're going to put him in a little nest. Grabbing a little coffee stirrer stick. So I'm just going to do, it's always hard for me to know when I'm mixing paint how much paint to go with. But I always usually overdo it. So I'm going to try not to do that today. That's probably overdoing it. It's probably way more paint than this little birdie is going to need. Now, I do have a spoon somewhere in my craft stuff here. I don't always, I think it's out of reach. But I'm just going to dump, here, let me use a tongue depressor. I still call it a tongue depressor. That tells my age, right? I don't really measure this, but I want a good amount in here because I want this pretty thick. So I'm just going to stir that up. And I might add a little bit of Mod Podge to this too. I want that a little bit thicker. Sometimes it's, sometimes when you're painting glass, it's nice to add a little tiny bit of Mod Podge, but I don't want it shiny, so that's why I'm saying I might. All right, I want a little more chalky consistency. Try another spoonful. And just keep doing it until you like the consistency. I kind of want it to look like wet cement. So it's pretty thick now, so I'm really happy with this consistency. So if I had to guess, I'd say 2 tablespoons, but then again, I didn't measure my paint, so I can't really tell you. All right, I am just gonna scuff this up. Instead of adding Mod Podge, I'm just gonna scuff my ceramic up just a little bit, try to get the shiny layer off just a little. It's really not taking to the sanding block very much, but that's okay. I just want to scratch it up a little bit. It'll hold the paint a lot better if I do that. So let me just do that. And really, that's all I'm going to do, just a little bit. Trying just to go where the shininess is and get that gone. Alright, let's take a rag, clean rag, and wipe this little bird off. And I'm just going to simply paint this with this cement. So let's start at the bottom first. And I don't know, I might have to do a couple coats. I've actually, I don't know what I was going to say. Totally lost my train of thought there. Happens a lot at my age. Whoop! It's in my head and then out you go. I was going to say maybe about more than one coat. Maybe that's where I was going with this. I don't think it's going to need that. I'm putting it on really, really thick. And when I'm halfway done here, I'm going to dry the bottom of it with my heat gun so I can handle it and flip it over to do the rest. Actually, I can do all but the tail, so let's keep going. Let's do all but the tail. We'll dry it up and then we'll go back and do the tail. This is the only color that I saw this in at the Dollar Tree, but that doesn't mean it didn't come in any other colors. Okay, so there we have that. That's a good place to stop, I think. Just smoothing it out a little bit. Not really, because it's supposed to look like stone. All right, so let's give that a quick dry. And I will start drying it with you guys, and then I think we can even put it down. Well, no. Bad idea. I will dry the bottom before I put it down. I love this tool. It cuts my crafting time in half. You know, I love the creating part of crafting, not waiting for paint to dry. That's not my best, that's not my most fun part of crafting. So anything to speed up the process with me is A-okay in my book. This, excuse me, this little tool is always in the description box below every one of my videos, even if it's just a Dollar Tree haul. And I think it's a $12 or $13 tool. Last I looked, I have several in my craft room. And but if you don't have one of these, I highly recommend it. But if you don't have one of these, any hair dryer will work. It will take a little longer, but you can use a hair dryer. Or if you have a heat gun, like, you know, your husband might have a heat gun, but be careful because those are very, very, this is designed for crafting. It does get hot. I know a lot of times out here when it's a cold day, like we're in February now, so January and February, we have cold weather here. We don't have cold weather today, but we have cold weather here, and I sometimes when I'm crafting, I will warm my hands up with it or blow my face a little and warm my body up with it. All right, I'm going to put this down, and I am going to do the rest of this drying off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, I painted the tail, but it's taken a long time to dry. Tick tock. Tick tock. I think this is going to need about an hour maybe to air dry, but it's looking so amazing. I'm going to take my camera down and do a close-up right now for you. You see how that is looking like, maybe not stone. I might sand it a little, trying to get it in focus. It's so cool. So cool. I kind of wish I put a little bit of white in my chalk, in my elephant gray. I would have liked it a little lighter, but I was thinking it's going to dry light, but I would go a little bit lighter next time. But look at that. Is that cool? Let me turn it. Show you this side. Love it. Love loving it. Okay, we are all dry and so cool looking. Love this. Did the tail. Now, I do wish that I had added a little bit of white chalk paint to my gray paint, because I kind of want it a little bit lighter in color. So I think I'm going to take a little bit of white chalk paint, and any white will do, and I'm just going to dry brush a little bit of white chalk paint to my bird, because I just want it to look a little bit lighter. So I'm going to start from the bottom and then do the top and kind of meet in the middle. And I'm really just lightly going over this with, I dabbed most of my paint off on my paper towel. There is a little bit heavier spots, but we're going to take a baby wipe to that. So you just want to dry brush a little bit and make this look like cement or stone, or I don't know the word I'm looking for, but just know it's going to be fabulous. It is going to be absolutely fabulous. All right, just get the tail a little at the end. And this is it before we wipe it off with a little baby wipe. So let's just do that. We don't want to wipe it a lot because we don't want to wet our paint all up again, right? We're just going to wipe it off a little bit in some spots that we went a little heavier on. Kind of like you pick this up at the yard sale and you're just dusting it off and rubbing it in a little bit. Just to blend it, but not wet it. And then it looks like it was meant to be. So that is the look I'm going for. Now we have to give this little birdie, because the birdie is done. Now we have to give this little bird a little nest to sit on. So what I'm going to do is pick up I put this back because by the way, I waited about 2 hours for this to dry really good. I did want to tell you that. So yeah, this did take about 2 hours, but I put the paint on here really thick. So you might want to try going thinner, letting it dry, and then doing another thin coat. That might work better. Okay, I'm going to put my bird aside for a minute. I'm going to put my baking soda away, and we're going to take these sticks from the Dollar Tree, and we are going to make like a little starter nest. We also have some Spanish moss from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to take a few sticks out and kind of, I don't even know, really just build a little, let's see, let's do it. These three are pretty consistent. So I'm going to start with a triangle. So let's build a triangle, and I'm just going to glue the triangle together with hot glue. One piece at a time. So I'm just going to make like an upside down V here. Hold that together. I should have got out a piece of parchment paper. And then I'm going to do another one, and I'm really not trying to make this perfect at all. I will try to find a longer, and it's fine. We're going to just build a little base for this. So let's put this one together here, and this one over here. And we'll just hold that together because we're going to fill this with Spanish moss. I just wanted to give it something to sit on. So this is going to be perfect. And then we're going to take our Spanish moss. I like to keep mine in an old baby wipe container. And I'm just going to come up with a couple of piles and roll it and kind of put my thumb. It's not really big enough yet. And I'm going to take this one and roll it. And now I'm going to take them together and roll it. It makes it kind of fluffier. You know what I mean? So we're going to take that. I'm going to add some more. I'm just going to keep adding some more to my nest and rolling it. Just keep rolling it. And then I'm going to thumb it with my, like you're making a biscuit almost. We're making a little nest. And we'll start gluing this right onto our little, I don't know, we'll call it a nest stand. How's that? If you can't think of the word, make one up. And we need a glue stick, of course. I have to go out and find some long glue sticks. I'm having a hard time. They used to have them all the time at the Dollar Tree. And they worked great for me. All right, I'm going to just stick my little nest on here. Get my little protector out. So if you are watching this and it is not too late, it is Saturday night and I am doing a live craft over on Angel Creations Facebook page. So you should put me on pause and go hop on over to Angel Creations and say hi to me. All right, I think that's probably, we need to look at our bird. I think that's probably enough. We'll do a little, there's something here in my, like a knot or something. I don't know if it's a stick. I'm going to add a little more. I like to add it all before I glue, but I'm going to add, let's see, I'm going to add just a little bit more on this side. Like I said, I don't like to glue moss to moss, but that's okay. Sometimes you have to. And our bird will be covering the glue anyway. Now I'm just going to glue my bird down. I think I should probably take this paper off. Or it's okay, but I just want to get the, I put the hole in there. I want to make sure that where I am gluing is going to touch down really well. I don't want to glue an empty hole. All right, let's see. That should be a good amount of glue. I'm just going to set that down on his little nest. And we can always go back and put a little more pinches of, like I want to put it a little over here. So tip it. Just add a little there. And then I like to go around and take my scissors and give it a little haircut. All right, so he's sitting on his nest, and the only thing we're going to do to this little guy is we're going to add a little bow, a little raffia bow that is already pre-made, and I'm just going to trim off. And I have these little teeny weeny sweet little silk roses. I'm going to add a couple of those, maybe 3. Odd numbers are great. And I'm just going to put those in a little bouquet and give it a twist. And I have the sorest thumb, you guys. So I broke a thumbnail, and let me tell you, I have been the biggest baby over this. It didn't just break up here. It broke, oh no, it broke way down. Took layers of nail off the nail bed. It's crazy sore, crazy sore. All right, so there's my little threesome. Hope you can see those. They are really tiny. And I'm going to just put that with this bow. I think I was going to just glue it, but let me take my... I have the little stems all twisted together, so let me just wrap those up close. Just twirled those up so I could keep them wrapped, but get rid of that excess wire, because I'm just going to glue those right down here to my bow. I think what I'll do is put my bow on first. Let's give this a little haircut. I like it to be spriggy and spirally, but I do like to control a little bit of it. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bow on his, first we need another glue stick, on this bird's nest down here. But this is a raffia bow, so you could, it's just a shoelace bow made out of raffia. And how cute is that? He doesn't have his roses on yet, but look at this. How cute is this little bird? I mean, he has his raffia bow, but he doesn't have his roses on yet. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, and I'm going to just stick those little rosebuds on. As cute as can be. And I'm holding still because you know the drill. Gotta hold it until the glue, at least, it doesn't have to totally harden, but it has to start turning color or it's not glued yet. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of my, you know what, I want a little more moss. I'm gonna gather a little crumbs. I just want to cover a little bit of the, I want to grab some fresh stuff. I just want to cover a little bit of the green in the stem on the roses. So let me just cover that. That's just me. I'm anal like that. All right, so that'll do. We'll just stick those right there. This is so cute. This is going to be so cute in a little vignette or on a tiered tray, on a little side table. How cute is that? We took that from glass bird, Dollar Tree glass bird, to fabulous cement, I don't know, stone. What's the word? Not, anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Isn't that fabulous? That's what the bottom looks like, so it will stand. He's sitting in his cute little nest, and I love it. That's exactly what I was going for. All right, so if you are watching this and it's not too late, put me on pause. Go over and watch me on Angel Creations Live. Say hello. Make sure you tell me that you're from YouTube so I know. And then when you're all done with me over on Angel Creations every Saturday night at 7, then come back over here and finish watching this craft. All right, everybody, I will see you. Tomorrow is Sunday, so I have the day off, but I will see you Monday, definitely. And until then, I hope that you be good and do good. Bye now.